everyone, and welcome back to another episode of After Dark Conversations. I'm your host, Super Marcey, and today I am joined by a fellow podcaster who does kind of do things after dark, but in a different way. I am speaking to Paige, and I'm going to get your podcast wrong.
No, you won't.
Reverie.
That's good. That's good.
True crime.
Yeah, you got it. You got
You
it.
can say it way better than I can.
No, you got it.
But thank you so much for joining me. What a pleasure.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
The worlds are crossing over a little bit.
I love it
Kind of.
though. I love meeting everybody in the podcast space. It's so fun.
Me too. It is the best. Podcasting, honestly, just gives you the best people.
Yes.
And then if I end up traveling to your side of the world, it's someone I can visit. It's like so
Yes.
cool.
Exactly. I love it.
We'll do an after dark true crime tour.
Oh, that'd be interesting. I love
That could
it.
be so much fun. But
Good.
I do recommend everybody check out Paige's podcast, especially if you enjoy the true crime and love a
Thank you.
very adorable accent to listen to.
You're too
Though we're not
sweet.
going to talk about true crime too much right now, though.
No, we're not.
Yes, the subject for conversations this week. What is the weirdest thing you watched that led you straight into the bedroom, aka led to sex?
Okay, I want you to go first because
Oh.
mine's bad, and I gotta know. I gotta know.
I don't think mine's the best. And I actually thought about this quite a long time ago. So I'll tell the story to kind of set why this was a topic that I thought of. So many years ago when I was with my first boyfriend, he used to collect like the men's magazines, with the bikini models on them.
Yes.
And I would sit and read them because why not?
Yeah.
And I remember they had a list. It's like 10 movies not to watch on your date if you want to get laid.
So
And
which one did
I'm
you
looking
watch?
at this list. Yeah, I'm looking at this list going, but we've actually like watched all of
Right.
these just about and then gone and had sex. What does that say
Exactly.
about us?
Like,
Like,
honestly, it doesn't take much sometimes.
yeah, it really doesn't.
Because when you sit down to watch a movie, you're not gonna get through the movie most of
Yeah,
the time.
generally, yeah. I definitely have a few that come to mind, but I think one of the main ones, I kind of feel really bad because
But
of the kind of movie it
okay, I do too. Mine's a twisted horror movie, so it can't be worse.
Well, the one that sticks to mind the most is Taxi Driver.
Oh my gosh, what?
And that's not a sexy movie, but that movie makes you feel uncomfortable, grimy, and then you've got the really young Jodie Foster playing a sex worker that
Yes.
the weird Travis Bickle taxi driver wants to save, and he deals with all these kind like people. And to set the mood, I was like, oh hey, I really would like to show you this movie, I said to my then boyfriend. And it was
Yes.
very serious. But then by the end, like the movie ended, and then pretty much we were making out on the couch and then went straight to the bedroom. I'm like
Yeah,
thinking, that didn't feel that felt
right.
kind of wrong.
Oh, man. Yours is so much better than mine.
I do have another one, but I'll let you tell your story.
Okay. Okay. So, God, I'm ready to be judged. It's okay. So, have you ever watched A Clockwork Orange?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Okay, so I guess I'm gonna be open about it. I'm a little bit into like the forced kind of like role play, kind of,
Yes.
wanting to be taken by surprise in a way. And in this movie, they kind of, oh my God. So I mean,
We
there's no
do
better way
not
to.
kink shame ever.
Listen, this is bad to say, but it's just a movie. I don't like to
Exactly.
use this word, but they were basically raping this woman
Yes.
in her house, and I don't know. We just kind of looked at each other, and it was hot. It was hot, and so yeah, it kind of led to the bedroom. So
I can actually totally understand that
yeah, I mean, it
in a
was just
very weird way.
yeah. We were sitting there,
It's
and
yeah,
I
like
was like, "That's
when you
kind of
look at
hot."
it, yeah, when you look at it, it's like in the sense of the movie and what they're doing, it's really horrible. But
Yes,
at the back of your mind, you know it's not real life as well.
exactly,
And
exactly.
certain things can trigger arousals and everything. And that's why I find this subject really fascinating because I could understand that role play fantasy myself.
Right.
And some scenes in a movie can trigger these reactions, be like, if I still had full control but didn't,
Exactly.
would this be
Exactly.
hot with the right person? Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, you have to feel really safe to do that,
Yeah.
obviously. And, you know, as coming from somebody that's been molested and has been in terrible situations, you wouldn't think that I would like that, but I do. So, I don't know. It was just kind of hot in the moment, and I was like, "Ooh, that's kind of hot. What do you think?"
Yeah. So sorry you've had,
No.
terrible traumatic experiences. I
Yeah,
I
I
have
just
as
wanted
well, but
people to
I
know that,
almost
like,
feel like, yeah, I could talk openly about it, and
yeah.
such is life, unfortunately. But in a way, I feel like something like that is almost taking back your own power from what's happened to
Yes.
you. And that's kind of how I always looked at it if I was, going to be in charge in the
Right.
bedroom. It's almost like I'm taking my own power back
That's
and
right.
being
That's
like,
right.
I'm going to enjoy these activities that someone tried to take away from me. So
Yeah. Yeah, and
that's kind
it's
of how I
it's
feel.
something
But,
about,
you know,
like, when somebody else has that, so-called control, even though you're giving that to them and you trust them, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's hot to me, like, to be kind of
yeah.
overpowered in a way, and to
Yeah.
know, like, I'm giving consent and permission for
Yeah.
this, but
Yeah.
it
Again, you take back your power in that you are agreeing to it and you have
mhm,
trust with that individual. And I mean,
for
my
sure.
general advice is if you do those activities, you have to have a really strong bond and trust.
For sure.
Then it's endless and it's whoa.
Yeah.
The opportunities and things just like,
Yeah. Yeah.
but who would have thought Taxi Driver and a Clockwork Orange led to
Yeah.
some hot and steamy times? And I can't lie because I'm pretty sure a Clockwork Orange was also on that list. And that was
Yeah,
another one I remember showing that partner. And by the
right.
end, we were in the bedroom. Maybe we were just
Yeah.
horn dogs because we were
Yeah,
like
I think
20.
yeah, same. Yeah, I was around the same age, so yeah. Hormones, and you see people having sex, it doesn't really matter. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
that's hot.
It gets it going. I mean, I'll look at something like, and I'll bring this movie up every day if I had the chance. But something as unsexy as Showgirls has still led to those moments, and it's
Yeah,
kind of funny because it's so not sexy, but it's such a good movie. I think it just
yes,
gets me
it
going
is.
anyway.
What is hilarious is okay, so I was probably 7 or 8, and, my mom had the movie, and I found it and ended up watching it at kind of a really young age without anybody knowing, And so that's one of my first movies that I remember seeing that was kind of like really over the top,
Whoa.
kind of
Yeah.
sexy. Yeah. And so, yeah, that movie has definitely stuck with me for, some time.
Yeah. I would have loved to have seen Showgirls at that age. I sort of only actually watched it, I think, when late teens, maybe, I
Really?
think.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I do
Yeah.
I have memories of being like around the when did it come out? Maybe I was like 9,
Yeah.
10,
Yeah,
and that,
somewhere
there was
around
all
there.
this, yeah, like all this stuff about this movie, then everyone's saying it's really bad and blah, blah,
Right.
blah. And as I finally saw it, and I'm like, my life is better because of this movie.
Yes. Yeah.
And I do recommend Showgirls is a good one to just
Yeah, it
lead to the
really is.
bedroom.
Yeah, it's a good movie too. I mean,
It's
uh,
amazing. I think the other movie that comes to mind as well, and this was like a first date with someone,
okay.
and we were watching my favorite horror movie, which is Reanimator, which is about bringing the dead
Yes.
back to life. It's not, the sexiest movie, but you do get to see boobs and stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, by the halfway point, I'm pretty sure me and that guy were going
Yeah.
for it. And then as we were doing it, we were still like turning to watch the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then by the time the movie came to its climax,
Yeah.
we got to finish and watch that part of the movie. It was very
Exactly.
bizarre.
I know. I don't know what it is with me, but it's something about horror movies, and I don't know if it's kind of the suspense and adrenaline plus like the really
Mm,
kind of hot sex scenes, and I think it's a little bit of everything. And I'm
yeah.
just a weirdo, so that could be
Yeah,
it.
me too. I think, but that's like the old cliche of like take your date to a horror movie on the
Uh-huh.
first date kind of thing. It's because of those reasons, like the adrenaline's pumping, and horror movies, a lot of the time you will get the nudity, especially if you go to a slasher or something.
Oh
And I
yeah.
think it's that state of just being like afraid
Oh
kind
yeah.
of triggers in your brain these sexual hormones and stuff. I could be talking
Yeah.
out of my, whatever,
Well,
but
for
I feel
me
like
it's
that's the
like
thing, you
yeah,
know?
and it's like, "Oh, save me," "Protect me," kind of a
Yeah,
thing, you know? I don't know.
that could work too. I think like I feel like people miss out on sort of I say the old days, but we could be talking about 10 years ago. Like
Yeah.
just to go to the drive-in. I mean, that was big in the what, 60s, 70s,
Yes.
80s kind of thing. Take a
Yeah.
date there, you get it on, all the movies on. Like, people
Mhm.
would have way worse stories. Like, I'm
Oh,
sure
yeah. Oh,
someone would
yeah.
have been like, oh, yeah, we were shagging in my van while I was watching Deer Hunter or something.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Like I said,
But you
I
can think
knew
how many.
mine was gonna be weird, but, it is what it is, and it's almost like,
Exactly.
every movie anyway, you could sit down and watch probably some kind of cartoon and be like, "Okay, let's just do it."
Yeah. It's like, oh, well, we've just watched Frozen. I'm totally in the mood. That might work because I love Frozen, so I'd just be blissfully
Yeah,
happy.
right? I'm just, I'm a horn dog anyway, so I
Horn dog life, fist
yeah,
bump.
I
But
love
yeah,
it.
I think we've actually opened up such a great conversation, and I hope people who watch and or listen get something out of it, and don't
Yeah,
feel ashamed that when
right.
they watched. I'm trying to think of some random movie, but I can't.
Yeah.
When they watched the Saw movies, they went and shagged. It's totally
Right.
okay. And I think that
Yep.
might have been another one, to be fair. That the first viewing of Saw, that movie was like, oh my
Yeah.
god. It's like
Yeah.
you turn to who you comfort me now with your
Yes.
penis.
Yes. Yes. 100%.
Definitely.
Mhm.
Something about the horror movies that really does it.
Yeah,
But
I have to know
yes.
everybody's weird movies now. I want to
Yeah,
know
I
everybody's
wanna
weird
know.
movie.
I wanna know. Do they get weirder than A Clockwork Orange and
Yeah,
Taxi
I
Driver?
highly doubt it, but we'll see. Let's see what everybody says.
I wanna hear the some really weird ones,
I do
like,
too.
really wacky ones.
Yes, I have to know if anybody can kind of, just
Can top
please
it.
top mine. Yes, please.
Yes. Ah, what a great conversation, and, we can wrap this up here, and I can say thank you so much. I mean, I can
Thank
say it,
you.
and I did say it. What
Well,
what a
thank
pleasure
you
to
for
speak to you.
Yes, I love it. Thank you for having me.
Beautiful. What a lovely friendship we're going to have now.
Yes, I love it.
We'll watch A Clockwork Orange together.
I'll never live this one down.
Nah, it's fine. It's totally fine. We were both guilty of The Clockwork Orange.
Oh my
It's all
gosh.
good. Could you tell everybody where they can find you if they want to check out your show?
Yes, Reverie True Crime is the podcast, and the Twitter is Reverie Crime Pod, and everywhere else is Reverie True Crime.
Reverie.
Mhm.
Remember, it's Reverie, not Oh, jeez, I am the worst. I can't pronounce anything. It's the weird Aussie accent. And After Dark can be found at all your top places. Just check the link tree for all the information, which is linktr.ee/After Dark Network. And Paige will be back in
Hell
a new episode very soon, and I'll keep you in suspense as to what we'll be talking
yeah.
about. But thank you so much, and
Yes,
remember,
thank
folks,
you.
what happens after dark stays after dark.